Hello everyone, today, after a few days of pause, today I have Eckhart Tolle talking about the thinking without losing consciousness. To train yourself how to work a balance, I would call it probably like a balance between the thinking and the being still conscious in this conscious state of not identifying with your thoughts. That's probably bringing it to the point here, that you are not identifying with what your thoughts tell you by staying conscious, and that way becoming relaxed and feeling relaxed through and through. And that's what Eckhart is talking about, and later on I will add some of my ideas. Let's see what comes. I had a few days of quite intense issues, things I had to deal with and work on, and maybe they will flow into my additional content in the end, referring to this wonderful speech from Eckhart. So enjoy listening, relax as always, take yourself a cup of tea, a blanket, and place you on a cozy place, and then enjoy your me time now.
Settle into the present moment. Become aware of the present moment. And the question may arise, how can I be aware of the present moment? Where is it? What that really means is you become aware of yourself. You become aware of your own consciousness. You become aware that you are aware at this moment. So in addition to whatever you're experiencing at this moment, sense perceptions, maybe a few thoughts, emotions or feelings, that's about it. In addition to that, hearing, seeing, and so on, some thoughts, feelings, there is something else, and that is you're aware of yourself. Not yourself as the historical person, but of yourself as that which makes the historical person possible. The historical person means the person with a personal history, which most people identify with as themselves, me. But there is a deeper level to who you are. So it's wonderful to be back for me in this city, which has been, as far as geographical locations are concerned, is probably the most important place in my life, because so many things happened for me here, both deep unhappiness and also transcendence of unhappiness and realization. So it's wonderful to be back. The experiential realization that is a possibility for you here to realize who you are beyond the person. So I'll be continuously pointing to that through concepts, through words, But these concepts and words point to something within you that is beyond concepts and words. And if you cannot make this transition, this jump, this leap from the conceptual discourse to the non-conceptual understanding or realization, if you can't make this leap, then being here will at best be interesting. So you say afterwards, well, he had some interesting ideas, nothing new, but I've read it all before, of course, but he's given me something to think about, or we can talk about it. What did you think? Well, I think it wasn't all that interesting. So that works on the level, the conceptual level, at best is interesting. It can't go much beyond that. It could also be funny. And there may be a little bit of humor here too, which is good. So it can be funny, interesting, entertaining. I could tell you all kinds of stories. Oh. But so that's the conceptual level. But if that's all, if you only experience being here on the conceptual level, then it's not transformational, and it doesn't deepen you, and you will have missed the essence of being here. I will do whatever I can to help you make that leap from the conceptual to the experiential without, and that's the strange thing, because normally when you go to the experiential, you say, okay, let's do this exercise now. We could start with the one thing and there's nothing wrong with all these exercises, they're very helpful. But tonight, this is not how it's going to work. So normally when you think of experiential, you go, okay, now let's all meditate. And you already have the shift from normal existence and spiritual. And then, okay, meditation is finished now. Oh, okay. Or it could be, let's all jump up and down and say, isn't this great to be alive? And that could give you a high. And it's a kind of experience, but a little superficial. And when you leave here, you might have to experience the low that follows the high. That was so nice when I was jumping up and down there. So we are looking at the possibility of experiencing without actually having any kind of technique or practice, or only a hint of it, a hint of technique or practice, just the slightest hint, because I would like you to assimilate the experiential dimension so that it doesn't exist separately from your normal existence, your normal life. So it becomes, you neither change your... I'm not talking, by the way, about against any practices. They're all wonderfully helpful spiritually. It's just I'm suggesting a different way for this evening. We just sit here. And all that shifts is our attention, where it goes. Let's see where that goes. So I'll be, through using words and concepts, I might direct your attention into a certain area where it normally doesn't go, or you might not even, well, most of you do, but some people might not even have known that that dimension exists. The so-called normal state of consciousness consists of a continuous stream of thinking that goes through your head, and what is considered normal is for humans to be completely identified with the stream of thinking. In other words, you believe in every thought that arises in your head. Identified means, it refers to identity, which means your sense of who you are, your sense of self, your sense of being you, is mixed up, entangled in thought. And the thought also tends to create certain emotions. So the mental emotional goes together, and in the normal state of consciousness, or which should be called normal unconsciousness, your sense of who you are, identity, is completely mixed up entangled in the mental emotional realm. So whatever thought comes into your head takes you over. It possesses you, plus the emotion. And so you're in the grip of it. And then you speak. But who is there? Are you actually there speaking, or is there a stream of mental emotional energy conditioned by the past, conditioned by the culture you grew up in, conditioned by your childhood, your upbringing, conditioned by many, many factors, conditioned even by the language that you're using, because every language is a form of conditioning, and that's collective conditioning. There's the collective conditioning, there's the personal conditioning, and that conditioning, the mental emotional conditioning, is usually confused with who you are. And you can observe that in other people when they are, you can just be there as a silent observer, watching people, how they interact, how they react, and see that they can't stop themselves. There's something in them that the moment they open their mouths, the stream of the mental stream is there, and they are dragged along by the mental stream. And the opinions and the viewpoints and everything, you're identified with every thought that comes, the likes, the dislikes, the opinions. All these things make up the person, the so-called person, personality, a conditioned entity. It's easier to see it in others than in oneself, much easier. You may be familiar with the dictum that goes back to ancient Greece, which says, know thyself, as the most important knowledge there is. Know thyself. Now, to know yourself, there needs to be a faculty in you through which you can know yourself. There needs to be a dimension in consciousness from where you can see thoughts arising, emotions arising, instead of being totally in the thoughts and in the emotions. There needs to be a space, so to speak, between you and the thoughts and the emotions. And that space is the space of awareness. That space is awakening of consciousness. When you become aware of yourself, you become aware, and this is the most wonderful thing. If this happens in your life, that constitutes success in life. Not what the world tells you what success is. You get a great job, or you make money, or you become a VIP or recognized by many people. Whatever the world tells you success is ultimately not satisfying, but true success is to realize in yourself that dimension of consciousness suddenly arising. I'll just for one moment say to you, as you sit here, listening, can you become aware in yourself of that transcendent dimension to who you are? And it's easy and not easy, depending on how you look at it. The strange thing is, for you to become aware of the transcendent dimension, which is, by the way, it's an evolutionary step forward. It's more than a step. I don't want to use the cliche quantum leap, but it is. Well, okay, I have used it now. It is a leap in consciousness. It's an evolutionary leap, for there is a certain number of humans on the planet in whom this has begun to operate. I can't tell you the percentage, it would be guesswork. In some places much more than in others. But all humans are destined to go there. Many are not ready yet, but there are far more humans ready now than there have ever been in the past. So this is a decisive time period in the evolution of consciousness on the planet. Humans are not a finished product. God didn't make humans and said, okay, it's done now. I've made the humans now, the evolution is finished. We humans are evolving. We are continuing to evolve. The consciousness that we are an expression of the one universal consciousness that is evolving throughout the universe and continues to evolve. So, right now...
Okay, there we go. Thank you so much, Eckhart, for this wonderful way of... For me, it's like a meditation listening, especially to this one here. As Eckhart really tried to reach us, to really connect to this consciousness in many various ways. Yeah, and as I said, I had a few things going on in my life here. So I can connect to, or let's do it that way. I'm very sure that in periods where your life kind of is floating in a certain way that you are enjoying and you are already kind of relaxed and trustful and on your way of life and of achieving goals, maybe also, maybe not, but maybe yes, and you are but very trustful and reaching this and doing your steps by steps every day, then it is really a lot more easy to follow these exercises and to reach that consciousness state and just observing and watching your thoughts. But in moments that I experienced right now, and I had it a few times before, and I'm sure, I know that every one of you, and also Eckhart, had these periods of time, and that's where he woke up in. It was his story of waking up to his very conscious, how do you say, conscious being, conscious essence, to connect to it. But what I want to say is that if you are in such moments where it is quite bumpy and quite hitting you, and you are very, you are very connected to your thoughts and feelings, like identified with it, and you really feel this this self that is completely made by all the thoughts and feelings from all experiences and from your being, let's say just from your being. From this form, we are a human. And then it's not so easy to stay in a conscious state and rather observing your feelings and thoughts. Isn't it so? Honestly, even with me, it's so. And yes, when I do my routines, doing my routines during the day is something that gives stability, that gives connection to that consciousness, because it's centering. It is centering very deeply. It is giving you, for example, in the morning, a focus of first of all, it's a realization every morning. If you start with a routine in the morning, you're connecting to the realization of who you are and what you are capable of, and not just what you are capable of actually who you are, and then who you want to be for today. For example, I'm talking about routines for a day, so you can just stay at this one single day today and really connect to who do I want to be today, how do I want to feel today. And this is something you can decide. It's great, you can do that. You can give yourself a focus, direction, and guide you with this focus in the morning through the day. It doesn't mean that you have to be like that all the time, but it is helping you for a focus, it's for a focus through the day, to always come back to yourself, to your inner being, inner wanting, inner sense, inner self-love, inner strength, inner power, to all this that is inside of you. To me, this is the most important thing that you can do to actually deal with everything that comes during the day in a very conscious state of being. It's like when you're giving a ship a course, setting the course. This is where we want to go today. And then you start the engine, and there is wind coming, and there is waves crashing to the boat, and there is all kinds of things can happen. But you have set a course, And what does that course tell you? You are capable of setting a course, meaning you are powerful, able to guide your way in life, first of all. So you feel yourself, you feel that you are a being that is completely consciousness aware, living this life, and not just living it, also deciding about this life, how it is for you, how you feel in it, how you can how should I say, how you can very detailed, and not detailed, but how you can experience this life in a very conscious state. Yeah, because when you set this focus in the morning of how do you want to have your day today, then your system automatically has gotten the order to watch out, to look out, it's like you're setting a machine, like the boat, but also like a regulation, like a regulator, a sensor with a regulator, and that sensor will sense, okay, we are above 100 degree or below, this, if we call it, like, if we give it numbers, it will sense, oh, okay, I'm not feeling how I set the course for today. Okay, then let's regulate it. Then your brain starts to say, okay, what can I do? Questions arise. Okay, I don't feel good now. I don't feel funny. I don't feel healthy. I don't feel whatever, whatever goal you set. Maybe you set in the morning, I want to feel very healthy today, or I want to be very humorous today. You can set these whatever. It's so open how you what you want to be, what you want to feel. You can even set yourself and say, if you like have a meeting today, or already your plan for today, what tasks are there or whatever, then you can define, say previously, how you want to feel in this meeting or this conversation or whatever comes up. And it's not about setting a goal like I want to reach this or that. No, it's how do I want to feel? And then just roughly start visualizing a little bit how it could go, which kind of people, who is in that meeting, who might be in the meeting, what could be the atmosphere of it, and what would you like for an atmosphere, and maybe you see already some smiling faces or some whatever. You can really visualize it a little bit deeper, detailed. And it can go very fast. It doesn't have to be like minutes of visualization. No, just think, oh, I want to like enjoy this meeting, have fun with the people, and then a short second, few seconds of a picture, seeing the people there laughing, maybe about you making a joke, whatever. That's all you need to do. That's a short flash picture is actually completely enough to install it into like your order menu for the day. Let's say it that way. And then you can forget about it. It's okay. It's completely okay. You have ordered it, you have sent out the email or paid the bill, whatever, for an order of, I don't know, a box of oranges from Spain, for example. Because you have pressed the send button and they will come. And that's how it is exactly with this thing too. In the morning, you just connect to it. Okay, the day will be like this and that. And how do I would like to? Okay, I want to feel this, that. Chuck. It can go really fast. Because our brain is very, very high frequency. So fast, it's crazy. Our whole body, our whole system is energy. And energy is fast. Light is fast. It is all absolutely... You would need like 1,000,000 of a second to manifest something. If I want to use that word. Eckhart, I think he's also not really using that word, but yeah, that's a word we all know now. So I use it, but I don't want to use it too much. Yeah. Because, yeah, whatever. It's really about the consciousness, not about the manifestation of things, of material things. No, it's about how to feel. Yeah, and that's all I want to give you. Of course, in the evening there is this routine of scanning through the day and appreciating what was. Everything, like appreciating a few things from that day. And no matter how basic this could be, it could be that I was a whole day completely healthy. It depends whatever your situation is and whatever comes into your mind. But yeah, that's a very wonderful exercise routine for the night, to going to bed. And of course, if you are not someone easy sleeping, put yourself a wonderful guided meditation with a kind of body scan. It is so mind-changing, and yeah, I can just recommend it very, very deeply. Yeah. Yeah, so especially when you are in moments of life that are rough, tough, you are not feeling so well with, start doing this. This will bring you very fast and very good through that period in time, in this lifetime, in this phase, let's say. Yeah. Okay, and now, yes, I want to encourage you. Well, you can, whenever you like, look me up in the internet on Facebook or Instagram and write me an email, or not an email, a messenger message if you would like a free coaching session. I've done a few already with some of you out there and it's always very interesting, all these different beings, let's say it that way, all the different beings with their own personalities and their own their own chosen paths. yeah, it's very, very interesting and inspiring for me and for yourself. So yeah, just enjoy getting connected and setting up a wonderful coaching session. Either it will be a talk between us, or it will be a guided path through a certain, it can be various, a guided session or a talk. So be curious what could happen if we connect. And yeah, so I let you go now, and please always think of who you are. Never forget that you are already the lottery win in your life and the way and the life of all the others around you. Always, always, always. Have a wonderful day, week, hour, minute, second. Yes.